Welcome, everybody, to today's installment of Home Solutions. Happy Saturday to everybody out there. Hope you're enjoying this weather as we get into the first week of fall 2021. Dennis Purvis here live in studio with you in the Mix 1041 studio. And first of all, just want to say thank you for no matter how you're listening today. Maybe you're driving around town, heading out to start your honey-do list or get some things done around the house. Maybe you're going to one of our great local businesses. Maybe you're thinking about some DIY projects as we're getting in, as the weather's breaking. Whatever it is, thank you for listening. Maybe you're tuned in on 104.1 or 101.3. Maybe you're listening through the Mix 104 app. If you don't have that, download it today. Google and the App Store on iPhone. Get that today. And for everybody out there in Facebook land, hi. I'm not alone today. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But just a reminder, you know, the sponsor of the show, my company, Pro 93 Home Solution, we are ready to go for any of your home improvement needs. We're your locally owned, veteran-owned general contractor right here in Cleveland. If you're listening to us right now, you're in our area. Give us a call. Maybe you've been home for a while. You're tired of looking at those bathrooms and kitchens that are dated. We'd love to help you. You want to build addition, or maybe you want to build a new home. We'd love to help you out. Give us a call, 458-4135, or reach us online at pro93homesolutions.com. And remember, we also offer residential and light commercial cleaning. So call us today and let me get Wendy and our clean team out there to give you a good estimate. Maybe you need some recurring service. Everybody needs some disinfecting in their home right now, I'm sure. We would love to help you out. We are a green clean team. Don't use any harsh chemicals like chlorines or ammonias. We would love to help you out. Once again, that's 458-4135, pro93homesolutions.com, online as well. So it's that time of year. We're starting to spend a little more time outside because it's becoming a little more enjoyable. Maybe you've got your outdoor living area. Maybe you just got a front porch. Maybe you're just hanging out on the back deck. Whatever it is, as we start to enjoy these next few months of cooler weather, you may look up and say, man, my exterior of my home has gotten pretty filthy. And then you start debating, do I get the garden hose? Do I get a pressure washer? What do I need to do? How do I get that off? Folks, I've got the expert in studio with me today, a good friend of mine that I've known for years. I'm happy to have him back in this area and not working all over. He's worked all over the place. We'll talk about that later with what he does. But I've got Brandon Beavers from Renew Exterior Cleaning Services. Brandon, thanks for coming in today, man.
Thanks for having me.
So listen, we go back a long ways, and I'm so excited that you and your wife are kind of staying put in this area, and we'll get into Renew in just a minute. But tell a little bit of folks about your story and how you came to Renew, how you opened the business, and what kind of led to that with some of your high wire acts that you've done in the last few years.
So in 2015, I had a cousin of mine said, hey, you want to go check out this cave? And I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. So we went and checked out this cave. It's called Petty John's. It's in Lafayette, Georgia. Nickname's Porter John's because everyone knows about it, and the cave has gotten trashed. But anyways, I go check it out, and I love it. So I start getting involved. I meet a bunch of other cavers. I join a grotto, and they're like, hey, you need to get some equipment, and let's go vertical caving. So I end up vertical caving. I'm doing all these wonderful caves all across the southeast, and I go to a Mexican restaurant after a cave trip one day, and a friend of mine's like, yeah, we're about to go do some rope access on the Atlanta Falcons Stadium. Like, what's rope access? So apparently you can get paid for a living to hang off of a rope.
Which you did for quite a while.
Which I did for about 5 years. Which I still do if
had to, yeah.
If I have to.
Yeah.
But so I spent a little while in the Falcons Stadium. I worked on the Raiders Stadium in Vegas, the LAFC soccer stadium in LA. I've worked on wind turbines for a couple years, repairing the blades after they've been struck by lightning. So I've spent the past few years of my life living out of a school bus that my wife and I converted a couple years ago. And so
folks, let me just tell you, first of all, when he says it's a school bus, it used to be a school bus. It is as cool. I mean, everything from solar to plumbing to bathtub to pets. Tiled shower with pets. Your pets have been on the road with you guys too, I know. And then you guys decided to have kids, right?
Yeah, so we've got a 1 and a 4-year-old, and the 4-year-old is not with my wife, and we've been going back and forth on the road, and it's just not as stable as it should be for a child trying to grow up. So we decided to come home, kind of leave the rope access and the traveling alone for a little while, and start this business, buy a house, settle down a little more, and
Plant
have a
some
little
roots.
bit of stability.
Yeah. Well,
and
listen.
give them something.
I love you and your wife. I am so pumped that you guys are going to be here because it was sort of, unless I got on social media, I didn't know where you guys were, and I was trying to figure out where you were. And Brandon is the guy that will just send you some various picture of him hanging from some ridiculous height, which is how I found out he even got into this about 5 years ago. He sent me a picture from the Atlanta Mercedes-Benz Stadium that you were hanging upside down painting, I believe, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
With a giant umbrella underneath of me.
Now, you get that picture with no explanation. That's Brandon's style. It's like, hey, I'm just going to send this. So, of course, you're like, dude, that doesn't look safe. And he loves it. So when you came back here and you let me know what you were going to be doing, folks, I don't care how tall your roof is. I don't care what kind of house you got, how architectural or crazy the roof, the siding, whatever you've got that needs to be cleaned, your factory, your business, whatever it is, chances are, Brandon, it's not going to scare Brandon. Is that pretty accurate?
That's pretty accurate. And my employee is also certified to do all of these things.
So there you go. So you guys are a kind of a 1-2 punch. So let's get into it. What got you in? Where did Renew come from? Where did that idea come from?
So the original idea came from I wanted to hang off of ropes for a living at home and do it in the greater Chattanooga area. That is a little bit of a stretch for me to get into immediately off the bat and trying to finance that. And those services can obviously be coupled pretty well with residential and commercial.
Yes.
That I could afford to start. And it gave me an awesome thing that I was well knowledged in that I could bring home, offer to the greater Chattanooga area, and be with my family.
So let's just, for everybody listening out there, exterior cleaning, it's right there in Renew Exterior Cleaning Services. But give the folks out there your 30-second elevator pitch of what you guys do.
So we are a full-service residential and commercial cleaning company for exterior surfaces. We do roofs, we do siding, we do driveways, we clean gutters, we clean windows, we clean just about anything that's exterior. We don't do a whole lot of anything inside of the home. We'll leave that up to you. But when it comes to anything that needs to be cleaned outside, we can do it. We can do it safely, and we do a very good job at it.
And let me just second this. So Brandon just helped us out with one of our customers who had a metal roof, pretty treed location, lots of trees around. So a lot of just, years of debris and staining on her metal roof. Roof was still in pretty good shape. She had a member of her family basically got on the easy part, the part that wasn't real pitched or real high in the air. But they got to a point that they just weren't comfortable. And she said, hey, while you guys are doing this work, could you get the rest of my roof? And I was like, we sure can. And I gave Brandon a call. And so the results of that, I think you can probably see. Have you put that footage up on your social media yet?
Yes, it's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, website.
Folks, when you see the before and after, and I'm going to let Brandon tell you, I don't want to steal his thunder, but the result is it looks like the roof was just put on. Like, it is beautiful. They also cleaned chimney, brickstone chimney that she had that had just, honestly, the top half of it was just, looks like a chimney. It was soot covered. It was stained. So I don't want to steal your thunder, but tell everybody about how much hard work you had to do up on that roof.
I never stepped foot on the roof.
Oh, what?
So we use a process called soft washing. And the difference between soft washing and pressure washing, soft washing is a low pressure similar to that of a garden hose.
Yeah.
That uses a mixture of a cleaner and a surfactant. So we use sodium hypochlorite. It's a high strength
Y'all
bleach.
didn't. Yeah, listen. Y'all didn't know you were going to get a science lesson today, but he told me last week. I was like, "You don't have to get on the roof," and he said, "No, man, it's science." He said, "We'll let the science do the work." So now he's gonna. I'm giving you a warning. You're gonna geek out here. Tell him again about the what was that chemical again?
Sodium hypochlorite with a mixture of detergent and dwell time, depending on which surface that you're using, and that's what I'm here for. I know what that is. I know how long it should be, and we put up a ladder, an A-frame, just to get a little bit higher, crossed our legs, sprayed the roof, waited about 10 minutes, rinsed it off, and that was it.
Folks, listen, it is, and again, I encourage you, go to his social media, his website, take a look at some of the stuff he does. What I love about what he's doing is not only is he great at what he does, but he's a smart little marketer too, because he's flew a little drone up there afterwards, before and after, to get those pictures to make sure you got the good stuff. And folks, you cannot believe how great it looks. I didn't believe it. The owner didn't believe it. So to say that it gave me it's always comforting when we can refer someone that you know and you can trust their work. And when you have a customer just raving, folks, and she's a pretty private person and was okay. She was so happy she was okay with letting you put footage of her roof up there, and it makes my life better, obviously, as a contractor. But folks, if you're a homeowner, if you've got a business out there, I don't care what somebody's told you or what. The question is, why haven't you called Brandon yet? And you probably don't know he exists. So Brandon, how do they get a hold of you guys?
Our number is 423-488-1988. You can call, you can text. You can also get a hold of us on Facebook and message us there, whatever's easiest for you.
And what's the website?
It is www.therenewcrew.com.
The Renew Crew. I love it. So when you guys are, whether it's metal roof, shingle roof, vinyl siding, is there any exterior that you would shy away from, or or is anything somebody's got that you've run into so far something you want to do?
That I do not want to do?
Yeah, that you would say, hey, it's not really worth it.
We know our limitations, so I have come across roofs that they don't need renewed, they need replaced.
There you go.
And when I run across those, I have people I can refer.
I like how that works. But the other part of that too is, I hope you hear it in his voice. I can tell you this personally about Brandon, and he won't tell you this. Brandon is a man of integrity. He is a man that wants to do things the right way. And instead of going out and just selling somebody a cleaning job, he didn't want him to throw good money to bad. And he'll tell someone, and he is honest like that. And he's going to sell you what you need, and not what may make him the most money. And that's something that I can tell you that I love about him, and his family. And folks, and listen, we talked about this on the beginning, but you're also a veteran, ex-military, and you kind of see that work ethic in what he does. Talk a little bit about how that impacts what you learned in the military, impacts what you do today.
Yeah, I was a 4-year Marine Corps veteran. We take pride in what we do. Marine Corps is a very prideful branch. You don't really join it for many other reasons, but it is a good, prideful work that we do, and I love seeing the after results. Yeah,
and if you hear that, folks, that's passion and the work of his hands. And I can tell you right now, and Brandon's finding this out too. Finding some good folks to help are sometimes hard. And right now, it seems like anybody that's got any experience or is willing to work, if you can get them to show up more than 2 days in a row, you consider yourself lucky. But it's when you find somebody that has the ethic he does and has the products they have and the services they can provide, you give them a call. So listen, one more time, how do they get a hold of you?
At therenewcrew.com. Our number is 423-488-1988, and you can call or text, whatever's easiest for you. You can also find us on social media.
Listen, folks, We're up against our first break. We come back. We're going to talk about some of the specific service they've done. I know we've talked about this one roof issue, but that's not all they do. We come back. We're going to talk a little more with Brandon from Renew Exterior Cleaning Services. You're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135. Welcome back to Home Solutions. Hope you're doing great this Saturday. Dennis Purvis from Pro 93 here with you as usual. One more time, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for listening. Got Brandon Beavers here with us from Renew Exterior Cleaning Services. Good friend of mine, does great work. And let's jump right in here on this second segment here. Brandon, let's talk about just one more time what we've talked about the roofs, but let's talk about what exterior specifically that you guys look for, that if people have got these items and they need to get it clean, they need to call you.
Yeah, so we can do your house. We can give you a house wash, obviously the roof wash. We can give you a gutter wash, a gutter clean, remove all that debris. We can install gutter guards for you. We can do your driveway, your sidewalks. We can do your decks, your fences, wood or vinyl fences and decks.
And we talked last time, we talked a lot the last segment about the soft clean on the metal roof, but you guys have regular pressure washer to do concrete, brighten up that sidewalk, brighten up those driveways. You guys do all that as well, correct?
Yep. If it's a hardscape, we can clean it.
Perfect. And so talk a little bit about why people need to get their house cleaned, other than just the aesthetic beauty of it.
That is the thing. Everybody thinks the only reason to get it cleaned is that it looks good. It does look good. It helps your curb appeal and it helps the value of your home. And then it'll also encourage other people around you to get theirs cleaned.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to be the only one on the block that's got a dirty house.
So another big thing is it keeps your family healthy. So algae, mold, lichen, all that stuff grows on your roof and grows on your siding. And a lot of people are allergic to that. Regardless if you're allergic to it or not, your guest may be. And that stuff quickly can seep through your walls and into your home, and you won't even know it, and it'll just be manifesting and growing. Another reason is your energy savings. So a darker roof attracts more sunlight, and it's going to make your heating bill go up.
Yeah.
So a cleaner roof is a lighter roof. A lighter roof is a more energy efficient roof. It also increases the lifespan. So algae and mold, those feed off of the crystals on your shingles, and that will deteriorate your roof about 3 times faster than if it were cleaned every 12 to 18 months. And then another reason that soft washing is a benefit is it lasts on average about 6 times longer than pressure washing a surface does, and it doesn't damage the surface.
So unlike what we grew up on home improvement, sometimes more power is not the best answer, especially, and you can see that. So, folks, I just learned something. I hope you did too, just on some of those things. You don't think about it. Typically, I get my house cleaned about once a year, honestly, because I notice it, right? I'm out mowing or I'm out in the back deck and I'm like, I've got, the back of my house is not in the sun very often because of the way the trees are laid out at my home, so it gets a lot of algae, gets a lot of buildup, and it's something that but I don't even think about the health benefits of that and energy savings. I mean, who isn't interested in saving a little money? I mean, I like Cleveland Utilities, but I like to pay them as little as I can get away with. So we talked a little bit about what you guys do. Talk a little bit about what sets you guys apart. One of the things that you and I have talked about, talk about your satisfaction guarantee, because I think there's a lot of guarantees out there, but you talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Am I wrong that literally nobody pays you until they're satisfied?
They don't pay a dime until they're completely satisfied. If we have to come out there 5 times to touch up a spot, we will.
Listen, folks, you don't get that kind of guarantee out there. This just shows you the kind of integrity and work ethic these guys have. And So you guys, it's not just the satisfaction guarantee. You guys have a safety guarantee as well.
Absolutely. So every one of our employees, myself included, are background checked. And that is to make sure that everyone that comes to your home should be allowed to be there.
Come on.
Also, we will take a photo of everybody and anyone who is going to be working on your home and send it to you so you know who to expect. So some random person isn't coming up that you weren't expecting to show up.
In these days and age, we all got doorbell cameras. I want to make sure that person is who let me look at the picture. Yep, that's old Steve. He's coming over. That's who I want to see. So that's a great. I might steal that from you, by the way. That's a great idea. And plant protection. This is something people don't think about, but you love your plants, you love your gardens, and you guys offer a guarantee for there as well.
We do. So a lot of people don't want to get their home cleaned because they're afraid of their plants getting damaged or destroyed. And that can happen a lot with pressure washing. With our soft washing, we do rinse. We have chemicals that neutralize our other chemicals so that they don't harm anything. But if we do harm a plant, we'll replace it for free.
Folks, one more time I'm going to ask you, why aren't you calling Renew Exterior Cleaning Services? Brandon, one more time, tell them how to get a hold of you.
www.therenewcrew.com, 488-1988. You can call or text, and all over social media. Yeah,
he's even on the TikTok, kids. He's on the Instagram, the YouTube, and the Facebooks. But so you guys doing any TikTok dances? I mean, that's if you're on there.
We're doing the satisfaction videos.
Oh, I like it. So let's talk about that, because that's one aspect of what you do. You know, if you've got a house like mine where part of the roof isn't easily seen, if I'm hiring somebody to clean my house or to clean my roof, I'm really kind of taking their word for it that it's clean on certain areas. How do you combat that? Folks, you're going to flip out. This is one of the things that I think is kind of a good merger of technology and somebody that's young and energetic and ready to build a business. Talk about your drone inspections.
So anyone who gets a service done should trust but verify.
For all you Ronald Reaganites out there, we trust but verify.
So if you would like, we do a video inspection with a drone of every property that we go to. We upload it and we send you a link where only you can see it unless you want us to share it with the world. And you can go in there, you can see your gutters, you can see which ones actually need cleaned, which ones don't, what parts of your house are bad. And then for services, we're not even trying to sell you, just so you can have the information.
And it's a way at the end, too, to verify that everything you said you were going to do got done, correct?
Yep. We also do a drone inspection at the very end. One, for our marketing purposes, before and afters, and two, to show you that what we said we would do, we did.
Folks, again, it's a great product, great service, and it's a great time of year for these things, especially as we spend more time outside. And one thing that I want to touch on here is we think about having our gutters cleaned. We think about getting them cleaned out. But people don't realize, and if you remember, if those of you that listen to the show, we had Danny in here from Drain Ride a few weeks ago, and he talked about being honest with folks that some people don't need new gutters. They need what they have cleaned. And it's not just having them cleaned out. The exterior of those gutters gets some kind of pockmarked with stuff and debris over the years. That's something you guys take care of for anybody, right?
Yep. So that's usually oxidation plus runoff, and usually the runoff comes from people not having their gutters cleaned.
Yep.
That can all be removed.
It's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle you get caught into. And you guys also, you said, install gutter guards. If you're up there and you're having issues with keeping your gutters clean and you're done climbing a ladder and doing it, not only can Brandon and his crew clean the gutters, but you guys will install gutter guards for folks too to kind of keep that problem from happening in the future.
That is true.
So we've talked about, Lord, you guys, there's not much out there you guys don't do, from fences to decks to vinyl siding. One of the things that I think really shows the heart of your company, talk a little bit about where a portion of your proceeds go back to.
So we are ambassadors of a company called Street Grace, and that is headed up by a fellow named Ryan Dunlap. and he just moved his family up here from Chattanooga. He was a 14-year law enforcement officer, and he is passionate. And I reached out to him. He didn't reach out to me, and I wanted to see what I could do. So a portion of all of our sales goes to help fight human trafficking.
And I'd encourage you, one more time, give him the name of the organization again.
Street Grace with a G.
And I will tell you that Brandon sent that to me a week or two ago. And, you know, you got somebody that's been in law enforcement as long as Ryan has, and the things he'd seen. I mean, that's really what drove this for him, is when you're confronted with the realities of human trafficking, and to see him quit a career to really start not just let's be honest, this is a ministry. I mean, no matter what your religion or who you pray to, caring about human life should be universal. And what he's done in offering opportunities that, you know, the reality is it doesn't cost the business anything. It's a part of your proceeds, part of your profits. It's how you decide to give back. And I'd encourage everybody, go out there. They've got some fantastic videos on there. I kind of got caught up in the rabbit hole of going watching some of them a few weeks ago when Brandon sent it to me. And it's really just amazing to hear what they're doing. And Brandon, I just want to commend you for being an ambassador for that and for making that a part of your company's mission. And I think that's something that everybody can feel good about. And what drove you, what caused you to reach out to him, I guess is a good question.
I went to a networking event, and I looked around, and I never like to be the smartest person in the room, and I looked at who everyone else was gravitated towards, and that's the man I wanted to meet.
Yeah, you want to find the smartest man in the room, or the one that's got the story. And I'm assuming that was Ryan.
That was Ryan. He carried himself a little better than the rest.
That's crazy, man. You can just tell. I'm telling you, man, people have that. You can call it charisma. I choose to call it anointing, man. People have that passion to do something to help their fellow man, and it's something these days we could all use a little more of. So listen, we're up against it, getting ready to get out of here. So I try to ask everybody here, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's something we try to, we're a home and garden show. We try to talk to folks about something they can do at their home to, no matter what product or service I've got in here every week, what's something folks can do to lengthen maybe the lifespan of their exteriors, or something they can do on their sidewalk? What's some little tip that you're a homeowner, what can you do to keep them from having to call you every 3 months to get stuff fixed? What's something that people don't think of normally that would have a lasting impact?
A lot of it is trees. So I know people like their shade. I like my shade too.
I like it.
But if you're going to have your shade, you need to make sure that you're maybe getting up there with a leaf blower, blowing it out, taking gutter little clamps that you can reach from the ground and clean it out yourself. But a lot of this is just time. And unless you want to get up there and take care of it yourself, there's nothing you can really do to prevent it.
And I'm sure you've seen it just like I have. Folks are unknowingly growing gardens in their gutters, right?
Big gardens.
Yes. Some of them have taken root. That's for sure. So listen, folks, one more time. Brandon, how do they get a hold of you guys?
You can get a hold of me at www.therenewcrew.com at 423-488-1988. All over social media, and all of our quotes are completed within 24 hours.
Listen, folks, give them a call. One more time, easy number, 488-1988. Shoot him a text. They do great work. I personally, not just professionally, but personally stand by him and his family and what the business he's building. You can use him and have confidence that you're going to be done right. So until next time, Brandon, thank you so much for being here today, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, folks, happy Saturday. Remember, take care of your families, take care of your neighbors, and love one another. We can all use a lot of that this day. We're in this thing together. We'll see you next week. You've been listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Bucks.